if you caught up with some college football this week, congratulations. But if you didn't, you know, your girl's here to set you up straight, you know. Maybe you can steal some of my points when you're arguing with the fellas this week about college football. Mervin, what did I tell you about Clemson?
What did I say? You said I can pull up the message. You were not impressed with DJ Uiagalelei, and I completely understand why. I completely understand.
Exactly.
Yep.
Listen, Mervin, you said, it don't matter. They're in the ACC. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. When I tell y'all, I have been watching Clemson because I love, for when I went to Syracuse. So, you know, I pay attention to some of the ACC play, and Clemson's one of the big ones. Come on now.
I also did, I'm sorry, before you get into it, I also did say the line of quarterbacks they've had, it's tough to back that up. I did also say that.
It is.
But continue.
It is one thing to be tough to back them up. It is another thing to be,
garbage.
Just sabotaging the name at this point. Anyways, like I said, I've been talking about it since I started watching college football. Clemson has been struggling offensively, you know, compared to what we have seen with Clemson and compared to what I'm seeing now. You know, I knew the trouble was lurking. I knew it was. I told Mervin it was. Clemson played North Carolina State this past Saturday. Shout out to my weatherman, Channel Jordan, the Wolfpack. That's his old school. But they played North Carolina State this Saturday and lost in a second overtime, 27-21. Now, they could have lost at the end of regulation because the game was tied and North Carolina State missed a winning field goal. So you had a chance. You almost lost at the end of regulation. And then you had a chance, not one, but two overtimes, and you still lost to North Carolina State. Okay, this is their second loss of the season. The first one coming to Georgia. Hey,
losing to Georgia is not
program.
A bad loss. Yeah.
Thank you. Georgia is a great program. So, you know.
Well, you know what? Hold on. Losing to Georgia is not anything to hang your head about. Georgia's a great program. Losing to Georgia by only scoring 3 points is something to hang your head about.
Remember, after that game, I said it was hard to watch. The Georgia-Clemson game was really hard to watch because it was literally like it was hard to watch. Yeah. No points on the board. It really was.
It was like LSU, Alabama 2010 or 2011, whichever year that was, where they scored like 6 points.
It was hard to watch. Listen, coming into this game against North Carolina State, Clemson was ranked number 9 in the AP Top 10 poll. And I don't know where they are now, but they're definitely dropped out of the top 10. I tell you that.
Which broke the streak of
97 consecutive weeks. You know I can't prepare, Mervin. Come on.
Thank you.
Clemson has spent 97 consecutive weeks in the AP Top 10 since 2015. Have been in the AP Top 10 since 2015. They're tied with Alabama for the current streak. But in the last three of the last 4 games, Clemson has had less than 300 yards of total offense. When I said in the Georgia game it was hard to watch, you know why it was hard to watch? No offense. Like, it really is hard to watch. You know, the 30 other than the 97 consecutive weeks in the AP Top 10, because they're not there anymore, but they also had a 36-game win streak against unranked opponents.
Snap.
North Carolina. That was snap. North Carolina State, obviously unranked. This was an upset, if we know what an upset is. And also, this is the first time multiple losses in October/September since 2014. You know, so Clemson it's looking real bleak for an ACC team to be in the playoffs right now. Well, Alabama played Southern Miss. I mean, we knew how this was going to turn out, but I have to give a special shout out to Jamison Williams. Okay, this man transferred from Ohio State this offseason because he wasn't getting the playing time that he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Well, he made Alabama history this last Saturday. He returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns in the same game. Only player to ever do so in Alabama history. The opening kickoff, y'all. First play of the game, opening kickoff. He took this one back 100 yards on the very first play. Okay, 100 yards. Then, in the fourth quarter, he had an 83-yarder. But also, y'all, he had an 81-yard touchdown in the same game.
Dang. Man's is balling.
Bruh. The man is balling. Shout out to Jamison Williams. You are balling also. when Alabama played Miami in their season opener, he had a 94-yard touchdown.
Okay.
So the man clearly has some burners on those feet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Arkansas. We also got to give a shout out to Arkansas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time Arkansas was like really good? Would you say it was like 2011?
Maybe.
2011, 2010, maybe?
I was going to go real old school and say like Southwest Conference days. Because even 2010, 2011, they was like good, but they wasn't like...
I wasn't saying like extremely good, but they were good.
Oh, yeah, like, yeah. Yeah, those like the
in
Darren
2010,
McFadden
they
years.
went 10-3. Yeah. In 2010, they went 10-3. So around that era, Arkansas was really good. But Arkansas is back in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Mervin, I'm sure you saw when Arkansas beat Texas.
Yes, I did.
You know, yes, you did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they stormed the field.
Yeah. Rightfully so. Yeah.
That was a great win. Well, Texas A&M. They played Texas A&M on Saturday, and guess what? They beat them too.
Yeah.
Now, I must say, Texas A&M is without their starting quarterback, Longview Lobo, quarterback, Haynes King. Mm-hmm. You know, don't be hating, Mervin.
I'm not a hater.
Okay, I just heard some mumbling over there. I don't know, you know. The Longview, we got to start quarterback. Well, anyways, Haynes King broke his ankle, broke his foot, broke something, ankle foot, somewhere around there. And Zach Calzada is starting for Texas A&M. And you know, there's a difference between a starter and a backup. I'm just gonna say
reason. That. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, well, with Arkansas beating Texas A&M, this is the first time Arkansas has beaten Texas and Texas A&M in the same season since 1988.
Dang.
Okay, they are 4-0 for the first time in 18 years since 2003. They broke a 9-game losing streak to A&M. Okay, and listen. I should have looked up the AP top 10 poll before I came here.
Literally what I was looking up right now. Hold on, let me.
Arkansas they're in the top 10. They got to be at the top 10 at this
Arkansas point. Is number 8 in the AP. Top
Arkansas
25.
is number 8.
Yeah.
And yeah, so shout out to Arkansas for beating Texas and Texas A&M, but they go to play Georgia.
Dang, 25
this Saturday.
Clemson dropped all the way down to 25. Jeez.
As they should. They should be out of the top 25. But Arkansas plays Georgia this Saturday. That is a game I'm looking forward to. Georgia's number 2. The only team above is Alabama, so I figured they didn't go up there.
Yeah.
And by the way, Georgia beat Vanderbilt 62-0.
Yeah.
We talking butt whoopings.
It was a few butt whoopings this weekend.
It was. Let's go to the other butt whooping. Texas beat the hell out of Texas Tech. 70-35.
Hook 'em.
What is going on?
Dog, man. It was so bad at one point because of course, well, like I said, I was in Dallas. I wouldn't work, so I could actually watch some games or whatever. And I was just like, Tech usually ain't like Tech will get in a shootout with anybody, and we've seen that. But usually if they're in a shootout, they're keeping up. But they couldn't stop nothing, man. Like, they were just getting beat left and right. Like, I was like, is this the same Tech that came back against UH a few weeks ago? Like, what's going on here?
Texas had 63 points in the third quarter. Listen,
yeah. Clearly they called off the dogs.
The only reason why they only scored 70 is because, like you said, they called off the dogs. They just stopped scoring.
Yeah.
Come on now. But, you know, UT has had this quarterback situation they've been trying to figure out. And if Casey Thompson is not the man at this point,
right?
Listen, he is the man.
So I
don't understand why he wasn't starting to begin the season.
Well, so I was watching College Game Day and they were talking to Steve Sarkisian, and they were talking about it, and it was like, like apparently Hudson Card is the better guy in practice, which of course would explain why he started week 1, because there's no game film out there. So the better guy in practice is gonna win the job. But once you get to the game,
Alamo Bowl?
Huh?
Didn't Casey Thompson come in the Alamo Bowl when Sam Ellinger got hurt?
I believe so. And then they even said it's like, okay, he might not show it in practice, but for some reason when they get in the game situations, when Casey Thompson's in the game, that's the one that's balling out. I don't see why there's a question at that point. Practice don't necessarily win games all the time. If the better person, if we're seeing on Saturdays when it really matters for those 60 minutes, that's the better player, then that's the one who should be starting.
At this point, when we gonna start listening to Allen Iverson? The man been trying to tell us practice. What is practice? If it ain't on, listen, if you ain't showing up on game day, that's all that matters.
That's what matters.
Listen, Casey Thompson is the man. The man had 300 yards, 5 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
With just 1 interception. Y'all, he threw the same amount of touchdowns as incompletions. Who you know?
That's pretty balling. That's pretty damn good.
That's balling. He had 5 incompletions and 5 touchdowns. Come on now. That is balling. Casey Thompson, he's the quarterback of the future for
the future?
Texas. Pause. The future as in the future games.
I was about to say, he's the quarterback of right now. At least he needs to be.
This season, yes. Because, yeah. Arkansas, hey, maybe if y'all got the Arkansas game back, who knows? But hey, shout out to Arkansas. Cannot take that win away from them. Moving on, Auburn almost lost to Georgia State. I don't know if you saw this game, Irvin, but Auburn was down 5 points with 53 seconds left to go in the game. Tell me how they ended up winning by 9 points. Down 5 points with 53 seconds left to go in the game. Ended up winning by 9. Okay, they scored.
So touchdown. It had to be 2 touchdowns, obviously.
It was 2 touchdowns, so they scored. And then Georgia State got the ball back. And then Smoke Monday got a pick 6.
Best name in college football.
So, hey, Georgia State led for 59 minutes and 15 seconds.
And that's why we play 60 minutes.
And that's why we play 60 minutes. Oklahoma versus West Virginia. Oklahoma fans, listen, Oklahoma won this game, but I have to point this out before I end my college football rap. Oklahoma fans were booing the offense.
They are not happy about Spencer Rattler right now.
They are not happy about Spencer Rattler.
They are not happy about that man.
The fans started chanting, "We want Caleb." If you didn't know, y'all, Caleb Williams is the backup quarterback. Spencer Rattler is on the field, and the fans are chanting, "We want Caleb. We want Caleb." And it was so clear.
So here's the thing. Spencer Rattler is also one of the biggest names when NIL got approved or whatever, and athletes can start making their money. Spencer Rattler is one of the biggest money makers out there right now. So and now granted, you're not taking money from the school. And you're not, taking money out the boosters' pockets or whatever. So these fans aren't paying you. But if you're doing all this and you're making all that money on the side, that means your energy is gone somewhere else as well. You better make sure your energy is on the field too if you're making all this money. Not just from the sponsors, because the sponsors can, say, "Hey, you're not doing that good, buddy. We're going to take our money." But in small college town like Norman, the college stations, the Normans, Tuscaloosa's, big cities like that, you better produce on the field. Because if those fans, if you lose those fan support, you're done. Ask Charlie Strong what happened when he didn't have no fan support or booster support. He's out of there.
Yep.
Hey, you better get it together, kid.
Bruh, we want Caleb. That's all I needed to hear. I said, dang, this is ruthless. If I'd have never seen college fans do something ruthless, I was like, this is ruthless. And Spencer Rattler got to pretend like he don't hear it. You know what I'm saying? We know you hearing it, sir. We know you are. But that's it for our college football rap. You know what I'm saying? Just a few games around the way.